everyone, here's a tutorial for joining your Christmas blanket squares together. This is the second tutorial and we're going to be showing you the zigzag stitch. Okay, so again I've got my little samples and I've bordered them as well with just our double crochet, and again I put 3 in each corner. Okay, with this one you want to put the wrong sides together because this is a decorative stitch, so you're going to see this on the front of your work. Okay, so I'm going to put the wrong sides, which means the backs of the squares together. Okay, and I've joined them together with a little knot. So I've used, as you can see there, I've used the back loop of the front piece and the front loop there of the back piece. Okay, so again we're only picking up 2 loops. Okay, with this little joining stitch, it is very important that you keep your yarn in the middle of both of the squares. Okay, so you'll just see now. So to get started I will need to pick up and get a loop on my hook. So I'm going to go through both loops there, grab that yarn. Okay, and I got my first loop. So I need to make a slip stitch to start with. Okay, so yarn over, pull through. So basically I've made a chain. Okay, and then I'm going to start. So I'm going to start at the front. So I'll need to go in the V, so I'm only picking up the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and then first loop through the second loop. Okay, now to pick up the stitch on the back, I'm going to be going in it from this angle. Usually when we pick up a stitch, we're going to go in from it from that way, but I'm going to pick it up from this angle. So we're always angling our hook towards the middle part in there between the squares. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, pick that through, and then pull the first loop through the second loop to make a slip stitch. And there we go. Okay, so I'm always going to keep that yarn in the middle, do my slip stitches, going in, picking that up there. Okay, and you can see we've got a little kind of stitch happening. It does look a bit higgledy-piggledy, but trust me, keep going. So I'm going to go in that front stitch, pick up the back loop, yarn over, and then pull the first loop through the second loop. Okay, then on the back square I'll show you in more detail. All right, so I'm going to go in the middle of the V and out through the front loop. Okay, so I'm angling my hook towards the middle in between the squares. I'm going to pick that up and then first loop through the second loop. Okay, and you basically just make your way all the way down, picking up each stitch until we get to the end. Okay, obviously your join and your borders will all be the same colour unless you wanted to contrast your join, which is perfectly fine. I think it'll look really funky. So I'm almost at the end now. So I've got one there and then one last one there. Okay, now with this stitch, like I've mentioned before when we did the double crochet join, okay, whether it's on the front or the back, you always want to do one direction of join first. So you either want to do like a horizontal or you want to do your verticals first, because with this join, especially because it's decorative and it's on the front, you want to do them all the same way first, because then when you're coming back, so say if I picked vertical, I'm doing all the verticals first, and I'm going to have a few more squares up here. When I come to do the horizontal, they're going to lay on top of this vertical stitch and it'll just make it look really neat and really professional. Okay, so once you've finished, again I'm just going to tie off. So yarn over, pull through the loop on my hook, and then for good measure I'm just going to do a little knot on top. Okay, these ends will be, you can weave them in. All right, and there we go, and that's our zigzag stitch. Okay, so you can see our little slip stitches. I really love this one. It's really good for joining any kind of crochet together, especially if it's a garment or a blanket. It just, oh, I just love it. All right, so I hope you enjoy, and if you've got any questions, you know where we are. So thanks guys, bye.